This man has one of the most disgusting personalities I've ever encountered. He's rude, he's narcissistic, he can't read. Would I like to hang out with him? No. Would I sleep with him?
Back in the day, Matty Healy, when talking about Taylor Swift, said that he would never date her. Claimed that he was even emasculating to say that
this man is publicly racist, anti-Semitic, Islamophobic, transphobic, and has literally insulted Taylor before, so what the hell is going on?
But this relationship would definitely be very treacherous for her, so does she want to risk the amazing stance she has with the general public right now for Matty Healy?
Heartbreak was the order of the day all across the world when news spread of Taylor Swift's split from longtime boyfriend Joe Alwyn. But only weeks later, the singer is proving love is not dead thanks to a speculated new man, one who has actually been there all along. However, several people on the internet seem to beg to differ that Taylor's relationship with Matty Healy is actually a love story. Now, besides the fact that some seem to think she moved on too early from her ex, Healy doesn't exactly have the perfect track record. In fact, he's so bad that details from his past have started swirling over the internet. And trust me, she might be one of the biggest in the game. But this just might be what takes her down. Wondering just how badly Healy could have messed up that's affecting Taylor this bad? Look no further, because I'm about to blow your mind. After conveniently having more than half a decade of drama-free success, Taylor Swift fans, mostly known by their alias Swifties, are now struggling to accept their icon's relationships with the 1975 singer Matty Healy. Rather than being a fun rebound fling, he's a highly problematic figure. And since Taylor Swift's fandom is closely tied to her personal life, her latest choice of boyfriend is shaking some people's trust in their idol. The key issue here is Healy's politics. He has a pretty trollish sense of humor, coupled with a long history of making racist, misogynistic, and generally offensive comments in the media. Now, the question most of the fans are asking is that if Swift is willing to date him, knowing his history, what does that say about her? Well, it seems like it says they go way back, and trust me, they really do. The Midnight Singer's relationship with 1975 frontman Matty Healy dates back to 2014, when the two met backstage at one of Healy's concerts and subsequently spurred rumors of sharing a secret fling. Whether their dynamic was more romantic or platonic, the two artists remained connected through the years, collaborating on music and openly supporting each other's work. Their music-based kinship culminated most recently in Swift's surprise performance at Healy's January 2023 show in London, as well as in Healy's visit to Nashville this past month to see Swift in concert during a leg of her Eras tour. Now it seems more concretely that the pair have rekindled an old spark. And unlike with her ultra-private relationship with Alwyn, Swift appears to be owning this romance more openly. How do we know, you ask? Well, let's just say they haven't exactly been as discreet as you'd expect. For starters, in September 2019, Healy expresses an interest in collaborating on an acoustic album with Swift, who by this point is in a relationship with Alwyn, while praising the singer and her talents. I would never slag Taylor off. I think Taylor's amazing, he tells host Neil Griffiths on the Green Room podcast. Taylor, if you ever want someone to help you set up the mics for your acoustic record, just so you know, I'm there. There is also the fact that in January this year, Swift made a surprise appearance on stage during Healy's 1975 show in London while she's in town to see now ex-boyfriend Alwyn. For a lot of people, the cameo was monumental in more ways than one, as the Midnight Rain singer also makes her live debut of her hit Anti-Hero during the performance. The appearance directly confirms recent rumors that Swift and Healy have been collaborating in private. Healy had initially denied the rumors in September, but eventually came forward on Odyssey's DTS Soundspace, telling hosts Kevin Kline and Allie Johnson that he worked with Swift on several songs for her Midnights album that didn't make the cut. We actually worked a bit on that, but then the version of it never came out, Healy said. He added that there were no hard feelings and that he respects Swift's artistic decision. It was for reasons that are not to be criticized. She's amazing. Gets even more compelling. About 2 weeks ago, Healy, who had just wrapped up a concert in the Philippines, flew 17 hours to Nashville to attend one of Swift's shows on her Eras tour. Eagle-eyed fans noted that in their respective performances, Healy's on May 3rd and Swift's on May 5th, the two mouthed the same words on stage. "This one is about you. You know who you are. I love you."
Matty Healy and Taylor Swift both mouthed the same things at their show, saying, "This one's about you. You know who you are. I love you." They both mouthed that at their shows.
Then on May 6th, Swift and Healy are captured heading back around midnight to Swift's condo in Nashville, marking the first time the two have been photographed since the breakout of recent dating rumors. However, it seems that was just the beginning of their romance. Less than a week ago, Swift and Healy were captured on an official outing together at Casa Cipriani in New York City, where Swift looks lovely in a breezy yellow sundress from Doen. According to an onlooker to Page 6, the pair get cozy at a banquet in the lounge and are seen cuddling and kissing. They are also reportedly joined that evening by their mutual friend, Jack Antonoff. The sighting comes after The Sun reports on May 3rd that Swift is in a new relationship with Healy. She and Matty are madly in love, the source tells the outlet. It's super early days, but it feels right. Days later, on May 8th, both Entertainment Tonight and Us Weekly also report that the two artists are having a good time, hanging out and reconnecting. Notice how it's all beginning to add up? Well, while Taylor may actually be happy with her new beau, fans seem to be questioning her recent choice, and if we're being honest, the fans do have a point here. You see, with the recent announcement of Taylor's relationship with Healy, there has also come major scrutiny on him. This is why a podcast from earlier this year showing Healy discussing a time he masturbated to porn of assaulted women has resurfaced. And the Swifties are not happy. Healy appeared on The Adam Friedland Show in February and discussed with Friedland and co-host Nick Mullen an instance in which Friedland and a woman walked in on Healy masturbating to ghetto gaggers, which they described as hardcore pornography, on his 77-inch screen TV 30 seconds after a gathering at Healy's house ended.
Just got ghetto gaggers blaring 30 seconds after the hang. Just going.
For those who may not know, Ghetto Gaggers is essentially known for featuring the humiliation and brutalization of mostly black women, hence the racist accusations against the singer. It wasn't just it was the combination of the fact that you're not exaggerating, it was 30 seconds. Like, you guys were still waiting outside. She came back in. I was already flustered, Healy recalled of that day. I was like dressed as guy who was jacking off, so I had like untucked shirt, like you said. I think it literally was like Ghetto Gaggers was on the TV. It's just somebody just getting like brutalized, Healy continued. Now that the video is all over the internet, Swifties are not hesitating to call out their icon's latest love interest. But the twist of this is that some of those fans are even starting to turn on Taylor herself. As in the case of this fan who wrote, "It really is. It is upsetting and disturbing to see this level of disdain and hatred for black women. I guess Taylor's okay with it. Clown." And maybe, just maybe, if that were all there was to Healy's bad reputation, the fans could have been less vile in their attacks. But the thing is that Healy's track record gets even worse from here on, as reports claim he also has a history of being accused of sexist, misogynistic, and anti-Semitic incidents. You see, in 2019, Healy was accused of Islamophobia after railing against organized religion in an interview, specifically singling out Islam. And more recently this year, specifically back in April, Healy came under fire for comments he made about Ice Spice on the podcast, The Adam Friedland Show. While Healy questioned what ethnicity Ice Spice was, he made inappropriate impressions of Scottish, Chinese, Japanese, and Hawaiian accents. And the comments were so bad that Apple Music and Spotify removed the episode from listeners' feeds. After the Ice Spice segment went viral, and the singer Youngblood called it out as 3 privileged white dudes sit around and objectify a young black female artist. Healy responded with a fake apology video with a black and white filter and the word emo written on his face.
I don't stand for stuff, I stand against stuff. There's not a particular thing that I stand for. I just stand against.
Now, there are now multiple viral Twitter threads and TikToks documenting Healy's problematic behavior, sparking a conversation about whether Healy is a straightforward bigot or just an edgelord provocateur, and whether this distinction really matters when you're saying racist stuff in the public eye. In general, there are plenty of celebrities whose careers might suffer due to a controversial love interest, but for Taylor Swift, this situation is uniquely messy. Her music and public identity have always been closely intertwined with her love life, and Healy's trollish, offensive persona clashes with Swift's inclusive feminist image. But from where I stand, only time will truly tell how this will play out. That's it for this video. Goodbye.